Now, looking at what you have on the screen, you see program languages you should learn to become who you want to become in the tech space. If you want to become a web developer, if you want to become a game developer, a data analyst, a desktop developer, a embedded system programmer, or a mobile app developer, there are languages, suggested languages that you should learn. And one good thing about these languages is that Python happens to be in all the lists, all the category. Python is listed. So in any language you want to become, Python is an essential language for you to learn. It's an essential language for you to learn. This has motivated us to take a training in Python. Like what I normally tell people, that there is no need for you to swim from a point to another point for you to go learn swimming when there is a road to that point. There's no need for you to swim. Since there's a road, no need for you to go learn swimming and you can drive. So since Python can be used for virtually everything, there is no need for you to go and learn other languages other than Python. Python actually is what I've seen that in the tech space, most developers are coming into Python programming because Python can be used for virtually everything. Okay, so we'll have another share of a screen here that tells us what we're doing today about Python. So on the screen you have Python, the new normal. Today is just a theoretical section. Then tomorrow we'll be doing a practical, and subsequently we'll do practicals. So what is the new normal? Python is now new normal because many programmers are coming into the Python space. It's no longer a new thing that the world has recognizing and revolutionizing the world. Tech. Tech is changing the world. Tech has done more positive to the world. Actually, let's be sincere, tech has done much positive to the world. Now, if you be current in 2019, there was an issue, global issue, which is known as COVID-19. And this COVID-19 pandemic changed a lot of things in the world to the extent that in some countries, food delivery was done using tech. So tech became very supportive and many startups grew and became globally recognized in that period. COVID-19 and other health challenges changed the world negatively, but tech, being so strong, grew despite the virus spread. While the virus was spreading, tech was growing. The availability of some technologies and some tools kept on increasing. The usage kept on increasing. Okay, here we have a simple scenario of where we have. I went there through tech. Uh, I make my products available, I make my resources available on the internet. And if my resource is available, my product is available in Germany, then I'm in Germany. If someone contacts me from Tunisia to explain something for him on my product, maybe my intellectual property on Google, YouTube, I'm going to have interacted with the person. So tech is actually powerful. Now let's look at Python. Let's look at Python. Python, when the word Python, when you hear it, what comes to your mind? Many people would think that Python is a snake. Uh, uh, that's a snake. It's a snake. Now, actually, when it comes to computer, Python is not just a snake, but Python is a programming language. Python is a programming language. And being a programming language, it helps us to do really wonderful things. It's as very powerful and dangerous as the snake, but it's very calm. It's very powerful that can do things programmatically, but very calm, very easy. So Python was conceived in the late 1980s by Theodore van Rossum. He conceived Python. He started it uh, from the ABC programming language. He started to change some things. Then in 1991, Python became very famous, very famous. And the famosity of Python is still on the increase. Python supports both procedural and object-oriented programming. Both procedural and object-oriented. It also supports multiple inheritance, just like Java, and programmers and developers in Python. Guess what? They are called Pythonists. So when you hear the word Pythonista, it means that you are just a programmer or developer in Python. Why Python? Python is a programming language. Python is the programming language that general purpose. It is used very well dynamically. It is a solution-oriented tool. It gives solution in an easy way, interesting and friendly. Okay, you see, Python, what makes Python very popular? It's ease of use. It's easy to use, it is easy to understand. Python supports large classes of problems. You can use Python for data science, you can use Python for gaming, you can use Python for programming applications, you can use Python for variety of problems. Python is actually have a large community. Python have a large community. So, and a community is very essential to the fact that if a program language does not have a community, then people using the program language we experience some challenges. Instead that when they encounter a problem, post it on a community, nobody is there to answer or give clue to their solution. So this is what encourages Python a lot. Then Python runs on all operating systems. It is scalable in today's market. It is very scalable. When you use Python, you can sell yourself, you can do a lot of things. Python is 100% free. Let me just say with you, it's 100% free and it is open source. 100% free and open source. Good. So looking at the uniqueness of Python, what differentiates Python from other programming languages? Please, why should I leave C++ and come to Python? I'm familiar with when I come to Python. And come to Python. Yeah, those things is okay if you leave them because Python is easy to code and read. You can easily code Python and you can easily read Python. That makes it very wonderful. Isn't it? It makes it very wonderful. You can easily code Python, you can easily use Python. So when a program is done in Python, you can understand it easily. You can understand it, then you can implement the problem, implement the solution, and even do a lot of things from here. So that is one thing with Python. Okay, we also see that Python is a high-level programming language. Python is a high-level programming language, and because it's a high-level programming language, people tend to use it. It is English-like instructor. It's English-like. You don't necessarily have to learn the machine codes or do things in a difficult way like C programming language, but you just have to do this in a very simple way. Python is portable. It's portable in expressive and it's object oriented. The portability of Python is one unique thing that drives many people into using Python. It's very portable, it is free and object oriented, and it is free, open source, and object oriented. It is an interpreted language. You can interpret it, you can interpret it, you can interpret the Python, the program language, and you find out that you use it also for other things. So this material will be made available on Medium. The link will be posted when the video is uploaded on YouTube. The sense of Python. You see the sense of Python? To get the sense of Python in your Python interpreter, you just have to do what? You just have to type import this. When you type import this, then automatically the sense of Python will be made available to you. There are actually 19. There are 19 sense of Python. There are 19 sense of Python. So there are 19 sense of Python. The number one, Python is beautiful. Python says it is beautiful. Beautiful is better than ugly. Beautiful is better than ugly. And also, you find out that you say explicit is better than implicit. So to do things in a very explainable way is better than doing things in a difficult way where you cannot explain it. Now, a good aspect is complexity is better than necessary. Complex is better than complicated. Simple is better than complex. Complex is better than complicated. So you do things in a simple way. But if you can do it in a simple way, don't make it complicated, make it complex. Flat is better than nested. Now flats, instead of having a nested loop, you can just use the and or the or and concatenate your and make your decision together. Instead of saying if A is equal to 1, then if B is equal to 1, you can say if A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1, do this. That is flat. So we make things flat. There are other zens here which are actually not what I can rush through now, but like I did promise, the material will be made available on Medium. Be made available on Medium. I'll pick another interesting zen of Python. If the implementation is hard to explain, it's a bad idea. So you make your implementation very easy to explain. Let your implementation be easy to explain. If it is hard to explain, it becomes a bad idea. And I believe nobody wants to do something that is difficult for him to explain. Nobody wants to do that. So you can actually just make your implementation easy and not making it hard. When it is hard, then it is not, Python says it's not a good idea. Good. Now, uses of Python, what can Python be used for? You see that Python can be used for application programming. You can use it to develop applications. As a matter of fact, many applications have been developed using Python, but both general purpose applications and some special purpose applications, they have been developed using Python. Now, we want to talk about web development. Python can be used for web development. Frameworks that can be used for Python instead of web development. We have the PyWeb. PyWeb can be used. We have Flask. Flask can be used, and we also have what is called Django. Django can be used. But most people know of Django, but I tell you, Flask is also good for web development. Now, for game development, you can use PyGames. Yeah, PyGames. All these are frameworks. So Python can be used for game development. Python can be used for language development. A good language that can be developed from Python is Cobra. Cobra is a language that has been developed from Python. Now we see finance. Good. Python is used to build finance application that does financial analysis or financial analytics. And Python can be used for data visualization. Python can be used for animation. Blender, an example of an animation software, was designed using Python. So Python is used for artificial intelligence. Python is used for machine learning. Python is used for artificial intelligence. Python is used for machine learning. Okay. Tomorrow, same time, we'll be looking at some live demo of Python. We're looking at some live demo of Python, but briefly, before we call it a day, let's see a little program on Python, talking about implementation of Python. Good. This actually is where you can get your zen of Python. Once you install Python, you say import this. You say import this. Once you import this, the Python will give you the zen of Python. And you see the zen of Python, you have it up to 19 in numbers, that 19 in numbers, and this then was put together by the person Tim Peters. He put the Z of Python together. Okay, briefly, let me show you something on this Python. This was a program that was brought to me to get solution. I think this program is also on my GitHub. I will include the link once the file is uploaded on YouTube. I will include the link to this program on GitHub. Now you find out that this program, they brought it to me and they complained that the person that wrote this program actually wrote the program and it was about 20 lines, excluding extra space, excluding the commands. But I looked at it and said, wow, this thing is difficult. Let me simplify it for you. Then I simplified it using this version of the program. And it's just wow. It's very easy to use. Now, excluding the extra space and the comments, we have about 9 lines. But with the space and comments, we have about 17 lines. So I am obeying what Python says, that if implementation is hard, it's a bad idea, and that simple is better than complex. But remember, if you can make it simple, don't make it complicated. Just ensure that it is simple. Now, I'll give room for questions. If you have any questions, you can drop it on the chat room. Any question? If you have any question, please you can drop that. In the absence of question, please, tomorrow same time 12, we'll also be holding the virtual section, and it will be pure practical. I'll be very fast with it. It will be practical, and I'll be very fast with it.
JP, thanks for the class. Good morning, Prof. Nice class. It seems I'm the only one in the class. So the other person could not connect again.
Yes, the other person could not connect. So tomorrow we'll be doing the practicals.
Okay, so my question is, okay, let me just, should I put it on the chat box?
Yes, put it on the chat box, please.
Okay.
Okay, I've seen your question. To throw more light on the example again. I want to know the I also want to know more about the not operator. Okay, briefly, let me bring up my IDLE. Let me share the screen. Okay, so now I guess the example we are talking of is flat is better than nested, right? Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so in a situation of when I want to consider something that if A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1, when these two conditions are met, that it should print hello world. But if A is equal to 1 and B is not equal to 1, it should print something else. Okay, so I have this. I can say if A equal 1, then this another, it is a nested if. If B if B is also equal if B also equals 1. Just a moment. Try to open new share so that I can see it for fresh. Open new Python share. I don't know which of the screens you are seeing, but this is what I want. Okay. If A is equal 1 and B is equal 1, should print hello world. So I'll make an if statement. If let me first put A equal 1, assign A, B equal 1. So then I make if A got 1 and B equal 1. If A is equal 1, first this is nested. If B equal 1, then you should do what? Print hello world. Now, for me to do this, Python says it is better I do it this way. If A equal 1 and B equal 1, print hello world. Good. Can you see this screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Good. So both of them will give you same results. So instead of having nested, Python says it is better you have it flat. Because nested can throw a programmer or someone build the code into confusion. Because Python is all about simplicity. Also, it said I should throw more statement about the lights, about the nots. Okay, the not operator. Let me say this is a string. A is equal to Nigeria. Okay. I want to check if A is in, if is a character is in Nigeria. So I can say take Y in Y in Nigeria in A to print false, right? But when I say Y not in A, it prints true. So the not is just what other program languages use as the exclamation. So when you want to get the negative or the opposite value of a logic, you just use the not. So is Y in Nigeria? You say no, false. Okay. Is Y not in Nigeria? Yes, Y is not in Nigeria. So if I have not one, tell me false. Because one is what? One is two. One is two. Okay, not zero. Not zero. You tell me two. This shows you that one is true. One is true. Let me try something. With one gives you two. That tells you that one is true. But when you do zero, it gives you false, telling you that zero is false. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question.
It's still a little bit confused. You know, we are using the kind of if there's the way it is like and or is. Think, let's say,
Yeah, your audio
the
is
knot is a
shaking.
bit confusing to be honest.
Your audio is
Okay,
shaking.
can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's making a background sound.
Okay, let me remove the.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Let me remove my earpiece. I
Oh,
think the earpiece is bad.
okay, I can hear you
I
now.
said if you said A is equal to Nigeria,
Yeah, if A is
then
in
why?
Nigeria, yeah, Y in Nigeria. Checking if
I
Y
can't
is
really,
in Nigeria.
I can't see the if statement anywhere.
Yeah, there is no if statement there. Okay, now let me make it a little bit clearer.
Please explain again. Let me understand.
Okay. Now I want to take if Y in A. Hmm? This using this if Y in A, it will print either true or false. That I want you to print something either true or false. Do you understand? Since I use
Okay,
that
I think
if,
I'll get. I think I'm getting it.
okay,
Okay, okay, A in Nigeria. That's like a
yes,
string. Then you are
yes,
trying to look for Y. Like,
yes,
is Y among the whole Nigeria? Abi?
yes,
Is it like a
exactly.
character in Nigeria,
Yes,
or
if Y
is that
is
what
a
you are trying
character,
to
yes,
look
yes,
for?
yes, yes. If Y is a character
Is
in Nigeria,
okay if Y is a character in Nigeria.
yes,
Okay, so the answer for that one now is false.
yes,
That is, that's you are using the in statement, right?
exactly,
For the first one. Then the
yes,
second one, you say why not in
in,
Nigeria? In
yes,
A. And
yes.
A have character Nigeria like NI. Okay, so are you saying that if you use um let's say another statement like is N not in Nigeria? What way?
Okay, let's try that.
Try that. Let me see.
Is N not
So that I try
in
to understand what it is
A.
basically.
See, it tells me invalid syntax.
Okay.
Because what I can do is something like
No, no, no. Don't put the is. Don't put the is. Just put just the way you declare Y in A.
okay,
Right? There's no need for the is now. The is statement.
okay. So what I should do is Y in A, right?
Yes, Y in A. No, N in A.
Okay. Now if I use N,
Sorry, N not in A.
okay, N not in A, this will give me true.
Mm.
You know why it's giving me true?
Yes. I'm just trying to, and I just wanted to know what this whole concept is all about.
Okay. But if I should
So
use
it's give
N,
it.
if I should
Mm.
use N not in A, it should give me
I'll
false.
start right. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. If I should use N, capital N, not in A, it should give me false. But when I use lowercase n, not in A, it gives me true. Because Python is case sensitive, and the lowercase is not in the string in Nigeria, but the uppercase N is in the string in Nigeria.
Okay. 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 Yeah, I think it's clear.
Okay.
Maybe we'll look for tomorrow now. Let me go and read. I'll look
Okay.
for other cases. Thanks so much
Thank you very much for joining.
for the class. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Have a great day
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Thank you.